Hello, it is PintSizeAnalyze here, and in this week's podcast episode, I'm going to be talking about the Seattle Mariners' recent 4-2 week as they won a series from both the defending National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks as well as the arguable best team in baseball, Atlanta Braves, winning both series 2-1. So I'm going to get it started. The first thing, I have this kind of episode itinerary in front of me on a Google Doc. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about Logan Gilbert's usage. So Logan Gilbert last started on Sunday it would have been Sunday the 28th. And let's get the Mariners score from that day. Okay, so Logan Gilbert went 6 1/3 innings that day, giving up just 4 hits, 2 runs. Both those runs were earned, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. I want to talk about his usage, though, because that was arguably the most interesting part. The first time through the order, he ended up throwing 34 cutters, so he threw a majority cutter. His fastball was at actually up on average velo. Year average was at 95.7. It was at 96.3. So the fastball velo was actually up, but he threw the cutter 34 times. He threw his four-seamer 32 times, and then overall he threw 97 pitches, 17 sliders, 14 splitters. But just the confidence that he's shown in his cutter was ridiculous. He also got a 41% called strike plus whiff percentage. He got 3 whiffs on it, 18 swings on the cutter, 3 whiffs, so only a 17% whiff rate. That's not great. But he got 11 called strikes, so for a 41% CSW. That is excellent. Also getting a 68% zone percentage on it. Legitimately has been able to throw it for a strike. And I think that's really, really important because it's like a weapon that he was using the first time through the order, and then the second time is kind of when he started to bring out some more of the secondaries like the slider and the splitter. It just has continued to deepen his arsenal, make it better. And yeah, that's just why I've been so impressed with the pitch and why I wanted to talk about it first, because I thought it was one of the catalysts to his excellent outing on Sunday. Unfortunately, the Mariners were not able to win that game. They lost that game 3-2. It was the final game of the series. And then the next day, it was Bryce Miller who threw in a very, very exciting game where the Mariners did not have the lead until the very last pitch of the game that was thrown. Mitch Garver hit a 2-run walk-off home run. But let's get to the player breakdown for Bryce Miller because he was excellent that night, taking a perfect game and no-hitter, as well as Max Fried, who took a no-hitter in the 7th. Both pitchers did. And so Bryce Miller threw 97 pitches, 59 fastballs, 17 sweepers. So the sweeper was the primary secondary. He only threw 9 splitters, which I believe might be one of his lowest total on the year. I believe he threw 11 in his first start of the year. So that, and then 9 sinkers, 3 sliders. So the sweeper was the primary secondary, which was kind of cool to see. Clearly has the confidence in it right now. Is confident in the pitch right now. If we go to the CSW, he got a 36% CSW on the fastball. 35 swings on the fastball, 15 whiffs, an average exit velo of 100.7. That's not great. 15 whiffs, so 43% whiff percentage, ridiculous. 6 called strikes as well. 21 called strikes plus whiffs for 36% CSW is excellent. That's really, really good. Cody Bolton also pitched a scoreless inning as well as Austin Voth that day or that night. So shout out to them as well. Both of them also showcasing kind of some deep arsenals. Bolton with that sweeper, which he threw, and then cutter, sinker. Voth is cutter, four-seamer, curveball, and sweeper. I actually really like Voth's sweeper, but it's kind of been getting hit hard a little bit to start the year. So it might just be bad luck, though, because we have not seen a lot out of him. Still a really small sample size on the pitch. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to talk about I'm going to go to a website called Pitch Profiler. Credit to Pitch Profiler on Twitter, and I'm just going to talk about, so Pitch Profiler, when I'm referencing Stuff Plus, I generally used Fangraph Stuff Plus, but with Pitch Profiler, they have a Sweeper Plus, a Sweeper Stuff Plus, which Fangraphs does not. They do not have a distinction between slider and sweeper, so that's one of the reasons, and then also because I like the run value aspect of it, which is part of what they calculate into the Stuff Plus model. So, but yeah, I'm going to start with Logan Gilbert. Also, with Pitch Profiler, they have a game-by-game Stuff Plus feature, which is really, really cool. So, like, I can see, I'll go to Logan Gilbert's last start. modeling. Okay, perfect. And then, okay, here we go. So, on 428, that was his most recent start. We can see. Oh, okay. The color graph is right. Okay, I can see it now. So the slider was at 96. The cutter was at 102. Splitter at 105, and then fastball. No way. Oh no, the cutter was at 127. Okay, I'm sorry. The cutter was at 127. So that actually makes sense. It was the fastball that was at 102. Okay, my apologies. But that makes sense. The cutter has been ridiculous. Now, I believe it is a standard deviation in Pitch Profiler is 25 above. So one standard deviation would be like a 75 stuff plus pitch below, and then one standard deviation above would be 125. So the cutter being 127 on that day, it's already shown that it is above a standard deviation quality pitch. The outing before, it was at 125. Outing before that, 121. On 416. It was on 416, it was at 121. And then on 410, 131, 45, 127 again. And then on 330, his first start of the year, it was at 125. So the pitch has, consistently been like around that one standard deviation above. Only one outing actually where it's been like less than a standard deviation below, but still was at 120. So like still a solidly above average pitch. That's just really, really exciting. The fastball, if we go, I'm curious. So the first outing, his fastball really, it was not great, 93. Second outing, 99, better. Third outing, 410. Third start, 107. And then it went down to 85 in his fourth start. That's really, really rough. But so is his splitter and his slider. I'm not really sure what happened that outing, but it would be his splitter. Yeah, his splitter and his slider were down. The curveball was at 130. That's interesting. No, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. These colors are really, really similar. It was the curveball that was at 89. It would have been the splitter that was at 130. I can't really make out colors very well as well, so I apologize for that confusion. And then on the fifth start of the year, 423, fastball was at 106, and then most recent start was at 102, like I said. Overall stuff plus fastball at 99. I think it's been over 100 on 3 out of 6 outings. That outing where it's at 83 or was at 85, I think really impacts the fastball stuff plus, but it's at 99 overall on the year. Slider is at 92, cutter at 127, splitter at 115, curveball at 87, and then the command plus on the fastball 102, slider 103, cutter 98, splitter 87, and then curveball 104. Also, command plus is like a measure of command, similar to location plus in the stuff plus Fangraphs model. Location plus is it's like the same thing, but just kind of a different name. So then. Okay, well, let me... Oh, okay, here we go. So, here it has, overall, though, he's at 108 stuff plus, which is the 75th percentile. Command plus 99, that's the 40th percentile. Pitching plus 102, that's the 60th percentile. Expected whiff, which takes into account, swinging strike rates and stuff like that, as well as chase rate. So, that would be 121. Expected whiff plus, that's 96th percentile, and then fastball velocity is at 95.7, that's 80th percentile, and then spin rate. But both that data is available on Savant. I was more so looking at the stuff plus percentile, command plus percentile, pitching plus percentile, as well as X-whiff plus percentile. So next, let's get to Bryce Miller, because I want to talk about his sweeper, and we have access to sweeper plus data on Pitch Profiler, so yay. That is definitely not Bryce Miller. That is Mason Miller. Why did that happen? Bryce Miller, get profile. There we go. Mason Miller, electric though. Okay, Bryce Miller. So I'm already seeing overall stuff plus a 116, electric as well. Command plus 102, that's 73rd percentile. Pitching plus 110, that's 91st percentile. Expected whiff plus 109, that's 80th percentile. But yeah, let's get into Miller because dude has been, like I said, electric. So let's start. Overall, his fastball on the first outing actually got hit hard that outing, but it's at 117. Second outing 112. Third start 118. Fourth start 115. Fifth start 115. Sixth start 114, and then most recent start 118. So yeah, it's consistently been above above 110. Consistently been above 115. I think only one outing it's been below 115. Yeah, only 2 outings it's been below 115. One of those was 114. So yeah, it's been like consistently around 118. If we go to the oh wait, no, that's overall stuff plus. Okay, I actually need to look at fastball stuff plus. Wrong graph. My apologies. Okay. Fastball stuff plus. First outing. I knew that looked low because okay, there we go. So fastball stuff plus first outing was 125, 117, 126, and then really not dropped a whole lot, but like a decent amount to 113 next outing. Then it was 110, 122. Now this most recent outing, well, actually, the sinker has been kind of filthy too. Sinker was at 118. What just happened? I'm just gonna reset the website. There we go. Okay. So, on the... Oh, also, wait. That first outing, it's using... That was a spring training game, so I'm not really sure why that data is being used either. That's kind of weird. I think it's because it's his first... Like, it was his first time with StatCast data because none of the Cactus League stadiums have StatCast data. But the sinker... Stuff plus most recently it's at 141. That's ridiculous. And it's consistently sinker stuff plus has been at 123 on the year. Fastball's been at overall 118. Splitter at 103, sweeper at 107, slider at 111. That's crazy. So Miller's not throwing a pitch below 100 stuff plus right now. That's ridiculous. Splitter has been barely above league average, but I mean even that's fine. It's like sweeper has been 107 too. I'm curious about the expected whiff plus on the sweeper. Expected whiff plus, wow, 77%. Okay, so that's the thing with the sweeper. He's not gotten great results on it still. Even though hopefully the change is in effect, the aforementioned arm slot change, which I talked about last week, where hitters were able to pick it up because the arm slot on the sweeper was noticeably lower. And I believe I talked about it on the episode before, or maybe an episode before that. But I know I've definitely talked about it. Sitting at a 2.04 pristine ERA. Next, though, one thing I also this pitch profiler website. I just want to talk about this pitch profiler website. Excellent. They have a feature where you can click on approach angles and get any pitches VAA. As well as HAA, horizontal approach angle. They also have a spin direction chart, a movement plot chart. It's release point charts, as well as side. So yeah, it's a great resource. Next up, the next picture though I want to talk about from Pitch Profiler. Let's go to Kirby. Okay, so Kirby, Stuff plus 103, that's 55th percentile. Command plus 103, 86th percentile, pitching plus 107, 83rd percentile, expected whiff plus 102, that's 59th percentile. And then if we go to his most recent start, because he was looking electric at his most recent start, let's see what the fastball was at. Fastball was at 114. He has kind of struggled. Like, the fastball's not looked great at times. And the first start of the year was at 90 stuff plus. And then the start before that, it was in Coors, it was at 81. Wow. So 81 to 114. Yeah. His fastball was really looking not great. His most recent outing, or not his most recent outing, but the outing in Coors, it was down like a mile an hour and a half. It was not looking great. He was also not getting great results on it, kind of obviously, but it was also lacking some movement. I think it was down like 2 inches of IVB. So yeah, just pitch was looking like yikes, but it's really exciting to see that it's back at 114. I believe, 114 his last start. That's the best it's been all year. If we go to Splitter, Splitter has been at 110 this year. Wow. Okay. So Arsenal, 100 stuff plus 4-seamer, 103 slider, 112 sinker, 110 splitter, 75 knuckle curve. I almost wonder if the knuckle curve is worth just maybe dropping from the Arsenal. It's gotten down to let me look up the usage rate actually, because if it's being used sparingly and in really ideal circumstances where or just if it's being used properly, it's fine. But George Kirby, I'm on Savant now. So there we go. Knuckle curve only at 8.7%. Okay, I think if it's being used sparingly enough, I think I can handle it. But yeah, generally I'm not really a big fan of him. I almost wonder if it has a really designated and specific role in his arsenal, it's fine. To steal a strike to a lefty, if he's down 2-0, which that's rare for Kirby, that's fine. But the movement profile on the pitch, I don't think is very good. If we go to the results though, this is also awesome. So there's a whiff as well as a hard hit and a weak contact percentage on this. So if we go to the zone thing, there's also heat map, which I really like. But the approach angles, I wish. Here we go. So the average IBB of his fastball is at 16.2 inches this year. Average VA is at negative 4.45. I believe it was at negative 4.46 last year. So VAA has dropped or gone up a few degrees. That's definitely interesting for Kirby. I noticed that the other day because it looked like he was getting more IVB too. So which he was. But yeah. And then, can I see outing by outing fastball velo? I wish I could, because the fastball velo was definitely up. Actually, I can. I know how. It'll just take a second, but George Kirby, player in game. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, there we go. So, his most recent start, his pitch velocity was at, average pitch velocity was at 96.4, and then the first start of the year, or not the first start of the year, the start before that in Coors with the aforementioned down velocity was at 94.2 miles per hour. So, 2.2 miles per hour plus since his last outing was really, really big. He also was touching 99, I believe. Let me get the exact fastball velo. From search on this last outing. Hardest pitch he threw was 99.3 in the top of the first to Gurriel. So yeah, his velo looked a lot better, Kirby. I think he threw probably 70% of his fastballs at 95 plus 2. So yeah, Vila was looking excellent last Saturday. I'm not really that concerned about Kirby. Wu was also coming back. The Mariners' loss today was really, really unfortunate. This video might be uploaded tomorrow, Thursday, the off day, but if I am recording it after the Mariners lost 5-2 earlier today. So, and unfortunately, Hancock gave up 4 unearned runs. It's likely looking like Hancock only has 1 or 2 more turns in the rotation left as well. When Wu gets back, Wu, I believe, is going to have 1 more start. On Saturday, he's already had 2 starts for Tacoma as well. There is another version of Stuff Plus on Twitter by a person named Thomas at TJ Stats. And TJ has his own Stuff Plus model. And he, all AAA parks have StatCast data, so he was able to get the StatCast data for Wu's outing last week. Fastball was at 98, I believe, which is not great, but his sweeper was at 109, Stuff Plus in TJ's model, which TJ's model 10 is the standard deviation, so like a 109 is really, really good. I'm pretty sure like Orion Kirkering in his model is like 131, so like that's like an elite slider, or elite sweeper in his model. But next up, let's go to Fangraphs, and I want to talk about the team hitting. Okay, there we go. So, the team stats, pitch level data. Let's check the well, let's first start with the unfortunate reality that the Seattle Mariners are offensively, for how great the pitching staff has been, offensively, they are not looking great. One sec, I apologize. Sorry about that. Actually, why did I say 1 second? The sneeze already happened. Okay. Why is this not loading? Perfect, there we go. Now it's not loading again. Just sort by K percentage, please. Just sort by team K percentage. Oh my gosh, come on. And I can't even switch to another tab to talk about something in the meantime. Talk about something else. Am I literally going to look this up on my phone? I am. Okay. Well, we're going to look this up on my phone right now. Well, my computer's not working because the show must go on. So, the Fangraph statistic that I was going to look up was team K percentage. The Seattle Mariners are currently in last place at team K percentage at 28.7%, or 30th. They are in walk percentage. They are currently 10th, which is admittedly something. They are walking. But if we go to the pitch level data, this is where it's kind of interesting because, and I've heard some other people talking about this recently, as now the computer seems to be working again. Perfect. Okay. Simultaneous transition back into the computer usage. Okay. So the Mariners currently have a O swing percentage of 25th, the 25th lowest. So, and then if we go to the swing strike percentage, they have the 12th lowest. And then if we go to the called strike percentage, they have the 18th lowest. So it's not like a great mix, but like everything about that I feel like should suggest like middle of the pack. I mean, the only thing that they're like kind of particularly good at is not chasing, but like everything else they're middle of the pack. So like why does that turn into like the worst strikeout rate? It almost like the worst strikeout rate in the league. It feels like there's there's guaranteed to be, some positive regression. If we go to called strike plus whiff percentage, yeah, they're ninth. They have the ninth highest called strike plus whiff percentage. That's not great, but like that also should not be the team that's striking out the worst in the entire league. I feel like ninth called strike plus whiff percentage, ninth highest called strike plus whiff percentage, and then 25th highest O swing percentage. Like that does not make much sense to me. If we go to, actually let's see contact percentage. Mariners are 23rd in contact percentage. That's not great. What about Z contact? Where are the Mariners? Mariners are 23rd in Z contact too, at 84%. O contact percentage, 25th. Yeah. So like, they're not making a lot of contact. What about zone percentage? This is more about like the pitchers that they face, but like 22% in the zone, I guess, of pitches in the zone. First strike percentage. Again, that's kind of pitches against them, but well, I mean, no, actually, it also could depend on whiffs, but they have the ninth highest first strike percentage, so that's not great. But like, yeah, again, like all of these stats are like 10 to like 30 or 10 to like 20 range. Like it's kind of indicating middle of the pack at swing and miss and strikeouts, not indicating like the worst at strikeouts. So that's really, really frustrating. But let's go to the individual Mariners. Individual Mariners offensive team stats. And I'm gonna keep doing this because it just feels like it's just kind of weird. So I'm gonna keep like doing these kind of breakdowns of like the Mariners, swing strike rates and chase rates and that kind of thing. Not qualified. Let's go to like 10 AVs. Yeah, perfect. All right. Whew. Okay, so first, I just went to called strike plus whiff percentage. And Mitch Garver's currently first on the team, like highest at 37.1%. Sebi Zavala, second at 36.8%. Canzone, 33.6%. Rayleigh, 31.1%. Haniger, 30.7%. Moore, 29.9%. Julio, 29%. Cal Raleigh, 28%. Polanco, 26%. Arias, 26%. France, 24%. Crawford, 24%. Rojas, 23%. So, like, the people that you would think are putting together good ABs are, let me actually see about the called strike percentage, though. Yeah, Garver has a 25% called strike percentage. Like, I feel like that's kind of got to change. And I think it will. Hopefully, he's looking like he's starting to heat up, or just, at least be like a, average major league hitter. Maybe not even necessarily heat up, but, like some value. Obviously, he's not going to continue like the 67 WRC plus he currently has. So the O swing percentage, though, Julio has a 38% O chase rate. That's just not great. It's really not. Rayleigh, 37.6%. Arias, 35%. Rojas, 20.5% lowest. Dylan Moore at 21.7%. Dylan Moore's not been chasing, which is like fine. He can be in the lineup if he's not chasing. I mean, it's fine if he's like whiffing, which he is, but he's not chasing, so he can be in the lineup. Mitch Haniger is also not chasing at 25.5%. Neither is Polanco, and actually Garver's not really chasing either. So that's good. If we go to the contact percentage, though, it is Julio who actually has like the third lowest. Rayleigh has the third lowest contact percentage on the team at 16.8%. That's got to get better. Julio at 70.1%. That's really not great either. That's got to improve. Garver at 70.7%. Raleigh at 71.7%, but I feel like that kind of might be in line with career norms, or relatively. Let me see. Yeah, it kind of is. Okay. Yeah, last year was 71.8. Year before was 70.7. So, yeah. And then this year it's 72.2. Wait, why is it saying 71.7 there and then... either way, though, that's like actually in line with career norms. So, I'm glad I double-checked that. But if we go to... actually, I'm going to go to Robert Orr, who has a Substack. And I'm going to be looking at some statistics, some batted ball data. Not Substack. Why did I say that? It's Shiny app. That's what it is. Substack is like a reading website, or like where you can like sign up for like newsletters and stuff, I believe. If we go to, there we go. Okay. Okay. Sort by Mariners. Perfect. There we go. Okay. So, if we all right, there we go. So, let's go to the well, first let's start with teams. The team leader in 90th percentile EV. Why not? So it is currently Dom Canzone at 107.9, Julio at 107.6. I feel like that's guaranteed to go up though because I think he hit a ball like 111 today. Cal Raleigh in third in 90th percentile EV at 106.3. France is actually fifth at 105.9. Urias 105.4, but he's barely made any contact. But actually, he's hit like 2 home runs. But yeah, I think Urias only has 17 batted ball events. Rayleigh 104.8, only 30 hit batted ball events, so like double the sample size, but still not a whole lot. If we go to, let me scroll down, please. Thank you. Sebi Zavala's at 104.9. That's like interesting. Canzone is at 107.9. Oh no, Sebi Zavala's at 103. That's max exit velocity. Okay, I was gonna be kind of surprised if Sebi Zavala was at a 104.9 90th percentile EV, especially just because he like started off over 10. So yeah, Classe at the lowest, although he only had 18 batted ball events, so that's kind of, but yeah, 98.9. And then the Seager, which is selective engagement aggression rate. The highest Seager on the team is Dylan Moore. If we go to the selectivity percentage, though, actually, I'm just going to do Seager percent. Dylan Moore, 59th percentile. Jorge Blanco, 56th percentile. Garver is 56th percentile in selectivity percentage. So I think that's almost like, as well as Haniger's 53.9, Rojas 53.4. So like those guys, like Garver and Blanco being like above 50th percentile in selectivity percentage makes me believe that like they're going to go up. If we go to the contact over expected though metric, the contact over Rojas currently has 6.6% contact over expected. Classe 5.4, tiny sample though. France 4.5, and then Dylan Moore 0.9%, and then everybody else is in the negatives. Canzone's at negative 8.9 contact percent over expected. That's interesting. Julio's at negative 0.07 though. That's like not that big of a deal. Max exit velocity on the team, Julio 114.5. I kind of knew that, or I remember that. It was an out, though. Pulled fly ball percentage. This is important. Highest pulled fly ball percentage on the team. Dylan Moore, 26%. Luis Urias, 17.6%. Zavala, 16%. Not a lot of batted ball examples, though. But anyway, Polanco, 15.9%. Garver, 14.8%. Canzone 14%. Rojas has been pulling multiple fly balls. He has multiple home runs. Rojas could actually hit like 15 home runs this year, I believe. Rayleigh, 7.9%. And then Julio is, I believe, the second lowest, at 5.2%. It was 4.2% the other day when I looked at this, but it's still at 5.2%. It needs to be better. I want him to get more balls in the air and pulling balls in the air. That's how he does damage slugging. But yeah, that's going to be about it for today's podcast episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciated this chat. I'm just excited. The Mariners are playing better. This was an excellent week. Really honestly frustrating loss today, but it is what it is. Hopefully they go into Houston and take 2 or 3 or even sweep and just continue this. They have the division lead. They're 17-14. They had a not a great April. Well, no, a great April. Second half of the month was like all I could ask for. First half not great, but if they have another 17-13 month or whatever, I probably won't be complaining. Just keep win like 6 more or 5 more games and you lose every month, and they'll be in perfect position. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night, day, evening, whatever. Peace.